What's going on, Steelers Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Texas Steel Podcast. I'm Pierce Trexler, joined always by my cousin and partner in crime, Drake Greenstein, getting into a little preview for the first AFC North matchup of the season.
Come on.
Came a little late. The NFL tried to do us dirty with stacking 6 of our last 8 games as division rival games, but obviously
That's crazy.
You play the team that's in front of you, you show up, and obviously we're ready for this one. Of course, it had to be Baltimore to start things
Come
off.
on, baby.
The
At
best,
home.
the best rivalry in the
Yeah.
NFL. Don't give me no Bears, Packers. Don't give me none of that. Everyone knows that this polls more of a global view. I don't know if you saw the overall nation view for what game is showed in the prime, or like the number one slate online. This one took over 70% of the nation for the noon
That
slate,
rivalry's
so.
washed. That was like
yeah.
for the 60s, 70s.
Oh, yeah, that's what
If
I'm
you
saying.
want to tune into the 21st century, this rivalry every time, Pierce.
It never disappoints.
Every time.
Physical, bloody, violent, everything that you could ask for.
I should have pulled this up. There was like a stat, like they show like almost every game, like the average margin of victory. Do you have
it's
it?
got to be within 3 points.
No, it literally is.
Yeah.
And then, like, I remember 2 years ago, there was a point where they took every single game from 2000 to, like, I think it was, like, in 2020 when I last saw it. It was like the Steelers were literally tied in points against the Ravens. So I'm like,
It goes to show you it's balanced. Obviously, we rep our squad, but we can't do anything but tip the hat for the other one. I mean, obviously, nothing but respect.
ain't
Harbaugh's
been balanced
at it
the
a
last
long time.
3 years.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
One last
We'll
8
get
out of the 10.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. But obviously, very, very exciting week. Steelers Nation's electric. Thankfully, we got this one at the crib. Get the toes acclimated into the water at our home floor. But think really cool thing that we could do to start this one off is through all of our lifetime, there's been battle after battle. Let's just go over maybe our top 5
Yes.
Steelers moments, Steelers-Ravens moments, whether it's moments or games as a whole. Think we can kind of maybe go tandem. We could do back and forth, or we could just go down the list.
Let's start 5, and then I'll give you give your 5, I'll give my 5.
Okay, perfect. So
We'll go one by one though.
definitely.
All right.
This one maybe
us off.
a little more controversial, but for me personally, I think we're kind of generating it off our personal lists.
Yeah.
Number 5 for me was Kenny Pickett. The rollout. Pulling, and you know he wasn't aiming for Najee. Najee just went up and grabbed that thing just about 2 seasons ago. But, man, this one was electric. In December football, it was a game we needed to win to continue to keep our playoff hopes alive. And, obviously, we were all riding high on Kenny Pickett at the time. I was like, he's our guy. He's our guy. And he did it. But, I mean, that one
We switched up on him.
Oh,
we
yeah.
switched up
we
on
switched
him.
up quick. But that one forever will stand in Steelers lore for me as just a great Steelers-Ravens victory. We can throw a little overlay of each play as we're kind of breaking down and discussing. But that takes my number 5 spot.
Yes, yeah. Hey, I remember I was on the plane. We were watching it. My wife was sitting behind me. I was in the aisle row, and she was like peeking over. Kenny rolled out and got the touchdown. We were going crazy on the plane, bro. That was iconic.
It was electric. It was electric.
All right, how about this one? This is a little pool that I remember. This Big Ben's final game against Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that one?
On the road.
On the road.
On the road.
Win or well, it was win or not make
win
the
to get in,
playoffs. Yeah, win and get in. And I remember what we faced. I don't remember exactly what 3 4th downs on that drive. And I
Converted
remember.
'em.
I know. I remember. Hey, shout out DJ.
Oh,
now
yeah,
a Raven,
he
but
came
DJ
through
had a
clutch.
huge little.
He came close.
Got a catch and kept that drive alive. And I mean, it was the playoff game the next week wasn't too hot, but that was a great way for Ben to end his career against the Ravens.
Most definitely.
Always on top,
I mean,
baby.
That was a crazy one, never to say the less. So, obviously, I think that's a good number 5 spot. Number 4 for me, this one kind of just obviously, people might argue it's a little higher, but Big Ben's 6 touchdown game. That was insane.
Yes.
That was the beginning
bro.
of the Killer Bee era. I want to say it was 2014 or 15.
Yeah.
But absolutely slicing and dicing. Had a touchdown to damn near every receiver on the roster and was just absolutely cooking. I don't know how many.
AB with that stiff arm across the
yeah.
field.
Oh. I don't know how many quarterbacks have gone out there and thrown 6 tutties in a game, but Ben's probably in an exclusive
How many
club with
quarterbacks
that
threw
one.
6 tutties and said, "All right, shit, I'm gonna do it again."
Back to
And did it
back.
back to back,
Yeah.
12 touchdowns. touchdowns in 2 weeks, bro.
Insane. But that one, obviously, that just goes to show Ben being the greatest Steelers quarterback of all time, solidifying the argument. Terry Bradshaw did his thing, won us 4, but no one was balling like Ben was.
Bro.
So that one's got to take it from me. He was an absolute stud, and love that.
All right, you want to hear this one? This
Let's
is a deep dive into the memory book. Remember Isaac Redman?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so 2010. Remember, we were down by 4. Baltimore had the ball. I remember I was in middle school. It was the year we went to the Super Bowl, lost to Packers. But Polamalu timed the snap, coming from the blind side, got a strip sack. Then we got the ball on 3rd and goal, down 4, touchdown, or we're screwed. We had to get a touchdown. Ben threw a little quick pass to Isaac Redman. I was like, come on! And we ended up winning that game. But Sunday Night Football, like, when I think about this, I'm honestly disappointed. I don't know why this game
Why didn't we get
Sunday
Sunday
night
night prime time, man? Come on.
Or even the freaking 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
but
give us a later
needless
slate.
to say, when I think of Steelers-Ravens, bro, I think of Sunday Night Football, Al Michaels, Collinsworth, and just like...
the universe tuning in.
Yeah, and Willis McGahee getting knocked out by Ryan Clark, bro.
Oh, well, Ryan Clark knocked himself out on that one,
bro.
too.
But yes, number 4, Isaac Redman, bro. Talk about a dude solidifying himself in freaking Steelers lore.
Oh, yeah.
With that clutch tutty, so...
Oh, yeah. That's a great number 4 poll, and obviously got to the Super Bowl that year. Let's hope history can repeat itself. But for me, moving on to the number 3 slate, you're going to find this cat on here quite a lot, but... another pivotal game, pivotal primetime game. How about the
yes,
down the sideline, AB
on.
helmet catch?
Yes.
Come on, I remember. I mean,
that was when he became your favorite player.
Oh
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, that was still early AB. I think that was rookie year AB, and just you could obviously tell stakes were high, and who's gonna get it done. He made a hell of a catch, got down the sideline. We were quickly able to punch in a touchdown shortly after to seal the game and capitalize on there, but. Man,
you want to hear a little backstory about that?
Run it.
So it was 24-24. We were at around like 30 on that play. It was 3rd and freaking 19, bro. 3rd and 19. So like the probability of converting that's like probably less than 20%.
Oh yeah.
Ben was in the huddle with who was the offensive coordinator? The guy that the coach for the Bucks. He was like the bigger dude.
BA.
Yeah, Bruce Arians or whatever. He went up to Bruce Arians and said. Because we had Santonio Holmes, we had
Mike Wallace.
I don't think we had Wallace yet. We had Santonio, AB, Emmanuel's, or maybe we did have Wallace. But the point is, AB was the rookie, and Ben went to Bruce Arians and said, "I want to throw it to AB. They're not going to expect me to target him on this play." And so he was like, "Bro, are you sure?" He said, "Yes, I want to target AB." And then AB attributes to that being the moment in which he knew Ben could trust him.
Oh, yeah.
And that started their little relationship. Because after that, man, that tandem...
One of the best of all time, if not the best. I mean, we can argue it.
I'm a homer. I say it's the best.
That's
but
what I would agree.
Whatever they say. But my point is, I didn't know that until last year. Ben was on his podcast, and he was like... Yeah, I went to our offensive coordinator and said, "Hey, I want to target AB here."
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history, man.
So that was my 3 poll. Very fun one.
Are you ready for 3?
Let's go.
2017. This is the year that L. Bell sat out, but we were in a big Sunday Night Football game against the Ravens. We were down 12 with 4 minutes to go. Got a touchdown, cut it to 3, got a stop. Ben got the ball at his own 10, and it was 2nd and 10 at our own 40. This is the year AB was on a freaking MVP race. He was actually leading MVP votes or MVP like betting at that point. Ben threw a one-on-one. He had 5 touchdowns that game, by the way. 5 tutties, bro. And threw a little one-on-one AB over the shoulder, toe drag swag. You know Mr. Toe Tap.
You know I'm Toe Tap.
AB got the toe tap in, and then Boz sent us home with like a 50-yard field goal. But and that was the game after Shazier got paralyzed.
Injury.
So every player had their 50 on.
I do remember that when they came out to it.
Yeah, and we won on a walk-off field goal to win by 1.
Oh, yeah.
That was an incredible game.
Legendary. AB, like I said, get used to seeing him on this list. He's done some insane things. Number 2 poll for me, obviously, it's got to be Super Bowl 43, maybe bound to number 43.
Yes,
the interception, the AFC Championship game. Obviously, there were a few big plays that happened in there to lead us to it, but I think everyone's going to remember that iconic interception return for a touchdown by Troy Polamalu to completely ice the game. I mean, one of the Steelers' greats making a huge play, getting us to our 6th Super Bowl victory.
Yep.
I mean, you can't overshadow that. But I just may, because my number 1 pull is
I
something
know.
a little. You already know.
I already know. The viewers gonna love it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, number 2 got to be the AB helmet catch. But a little backstory, because my experience, I was in Austin for this game. We were in middle school. It was 8th or 7th or 8th
Steel
grade.
City Pizza in Houston. That's
yeah.
what
I was in
I
Austin.
still remember. Yeah.
I was in a sports bar. You know, young me, we were down 14-0 because it was 7-zip, and then Ben had one of those plays where it looked like he threw the ball, but it was a strip sack, and the game paused, and then Terrell Suggs or someone picked it up. And
I remember that. Bogus
and
stuff.
everyone
he
was
kept
just
going,
everyone
and
was just standing
gave
there.
up. Yeah,
so we were down 14-0. I'm afraid to admit this. I was already crying. And I was like, "It's over. It's over. It's over." I was crying, and my mom was like, "Drake, it's not over." And then I just remember what happened. How did we win that game? We were well, I forgot the score. Oh, we were up a touchdown, and then TJ Hushmanzada got no freaking hands, bro. Dropped a wide open 4th down catch, and then we went to the Jets and then beat the Jets. But damn near legendary, man. Damn near
insane.
legendary.
The helmet catch, AB. We never take it for granted.
Yep.
Moving on to the number 1 spot. Might as well keep with the cat.
Yes, sir.
I was at this game Christmas Day in Pittsburgh. Froze my tail off.
Hey, you had field passes.
I had field passes. I'll show some photos that I was able to take on the game. Was able to bring my camera on the field, which was awesome. Shout out Aunt Annie, holding it down, getting us some access. But the immaculate extension, baby. AB, 3 Ravens on him. You need a 4th because that ain't enough. Stretching it over as time expires. Do or die. Out of timeouts.
Sir.
We were within 10 seconds left remaining in the game. Would not have gotten time to get up there and clock it.
Yes.
He had to do it. He stepped up, and he made an incredible play that inevitably sealed us the division. Again, like I said, Christmas Day at the game. One of my favorite Steelers memory, point blank period, all time.
Yes.
And obviously, AB, we love the cat, and he showed up big time there.
I remember, dude, the call is incredible. After AB gets the touchdown, Mike Tirico's like, "That just may win them the division."
That might win them the division.
Iconic, bro.
Oh.
Number 1, you stole the thunder, bro. But it goes without saying, this probably, honestly, what's crazy is winning a Super Bowl is nothing like no other. But this probably has my most distinct memory growing up is the AFC Championship for Super Bowl 43 to beat Joe Flacco. Troy Polamalu caught that ball. I was at a sports bar in Minnesota. I was in 5th grade. And I remember I had this little soft football. And when he caught that touchdown, I was running with him. And I was like, "Yeah, Troy." And honestly, that's probably like my core memories, not just of Steeler Ravens, but literally of like my experience of being a Steeler fan. Like that memory goes back, and that's why we're tatted, baby.
Let's go.
That's why we're tatted.
You already know. I mean, there's still a plethora of other ones that we weren't even able to get listed here. But obviously, those are just some of our favorites. So let us know in the comments what you guys appreciated the most between this rivalry, some of y'all's star-studded moments, and we'd love to see what stuck in y'all's minds. But moving on, looking forward, we can reminisce in the past all we want, but we still got a game on Sunday that we got to take care of business on.
Well said.
So, obviously, 2 historic franchises, 2 of the best. Wouldn't say all time, but 2 of the best within the past decade or 15 years, honestly. The Ravens, obviously, always been competitive, always punching us in the mouth just as many times as we get a lick on them. But very, very big game, big implications for the AFC North. Obviously, we still have that 1-game lead on them, and this could strike us up to a game and a half, I believe, which would just do us tremendous wonders.
Yes.
They obviously still haven't had their bye week. I'm not sure if it's after this game or what, but it has to be coming up soon for them.
Got to.
But got to run it down. Before we kind of get into anything, I know all the hype. Lamar potentially winning his 3rd MVP this season. Obviously, the front runner for the league. He's a juggernaut to every other team, but for us, we're seemingly his kryptonite.
We are the kryptonite.
We look at his record. I just went ahead and pulled up some of his stats all across. I'm just going to fire through these, and I think the people are going to be more surprised. Obviously, those who are Yinzers and Homers, we know that we have his number. He hasn't done well against us throughout his entire of his career. I mean, how many years has Lamar been in the league? 6? 6. That's
6.
That's
5
12.
6,
12 different 10 to 12 different appearances. The Cats only played us 4, so injury prone or whatever you want to say. Hasn't been able to play us any more than 4 times. Within those 4 starts, his record is 1-3,
Sheesh.
and that was with a Duck Hodges led offense,
Yep.
and that went to overtime, and it was Juju's fumble that ended up. We should be 4-0 against this Cat. All right, so that's just enough to say one. I mean, his one victory against us was against the Duck Hodges team. What his overall percentage?
That was the game Mason Rudolph got knocked out too.
Bad.
Yeah.
And then he was had the face mask removed.
Bro,
Oh
boy got murdered.
Oh my! But his overall completion percentage throughout those 4 starts against us, 51% completion percentage.
Oh my
dog
God.
water. His average yards per game through those 4 games, 214. 4 touchdowns to 7 interceptions and 7 fumbles. This guy is 4 for 14 in the touchdown to turnover ratio with a 66.8 QBR overall.
Tell him, P.
Guys, I don't know.
Tell
we can
him.
look at his record against the NFC where he's only lost a game or whatever, but anytime he's played Pittsburgh, he's only beaten us once if he's healthy enough to even face us.
Yep.
So, obviously, it's a new year. They have Derrick Henry to help round out their offense, their rushing attack and things of the sort. But also, if you want to go and pull, looking at the 3 times we've faced Derrick Henry in our past, obviously he's heating up. He might have found the fountain of youth or whatever, but in his prime years in Tennessee, 3 times we faced off against him, averaging 60 yards a game, which is keeping a lid on it as far as I'm concerned.
Pretty damn good, actually.
And only 2 touchdowns across 3 games. So obviously we know how to handle him. We know how Robert Spillane liked to meet him in the C gap.
Yes.
And obviously,
Great pull.
I don't think we're afraid of him. We know them. They know us. But that's one of the good things you got.
P. Queen gonna be coming with a mission, bro.
Come on. And you already know whenever we tie back
Deshaun
to this
gonna be hunting. Deshaun gonna be hunting.
Into this offseason, whenever people were bickering back and forth about Patrick Quinn, and he's like, the grass ain't green, or it's green where you water it, and he just posted a photo of him watering his lawn in Pittsburgh. I love the petty energy. Obviously, he just came out on an interview this week and said they didn't want me. They didn't even offer him a contract, guys. You know how much of a chip on his shoulder he's got to be playing with coming back this week. And then obviously Deshaun being an ex-former Raven, everyone's going to be looking for their revenge game on this one, but just figured I'd start with some of those statistics. I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling that Lamar is 3-time potential MVP candidate here coming up this season, and he still has only beaten us once in his career. I tell my friends that are not Steelers fans, but I just bring that poll to them. I'm like, guess how many times he's beaten us? And they're like, 5, 6. And I'm like, dude, no. Like, we literally have this guy's number. But anything else you want to tap into for
Yeah,
this game?
Keys to the game, I say give the ball to 3.
Whew,
you want to know why? You want to know why? What is Baltimore's run defense ranked?
It's like bottom of the league.
No, it's top of the league. Baltimore's run defense is ranked number 1.
Whew.
What is Baltimore's pass defense in the league?
Of the league, damn near.
Not bottom, Pierce. The bottom.
Whew. Talk about 2 different ends of the stick.
You want to talk about let Russ cook. Let him cook,
Get
Pierce.
him in the kitchen.
Let him cook.
And look at the new receiving options we have. Obviously, always have GP, the freak athlete. Just got that Mike Williams, who is only going to generate and boost up in his confidence here. I mean, coming off the game-winning touchdown, to say the least. And then, obviously, Calvin Austin III, Van Jefferson, Pat Muth, Darnell, the running game, the two-headed monster we have in the backfield, plus Cordero fully coming back and being completely healthy for this game. I mean, I like to see that our offense is stacked up well against them. The only thing is, they're one of the most high-scoring offenses in the league, if not the highest-scoring offense in the league. So, obviously, our defense has had their challenges over the past couple of games, but let's get back to that elite form that we were talking the first 3 weeks of the season. And, obviously, we can keep them bottled up. We have in years past, so I don't see any reason why things shouldn't change now.
Hey, you remember when there's this mic'd up when Big Ben in 2016 was playing the Broncos? That was that team that won the Super Bowl. They had the number 1 defense. And they had the coin toss, and Big Ben went up to Tomlin. He said, "You want the ball?" He said, "Yeah, damn right, I want the ball." He's like, "They got the number 1 defense in the league." He said, "I got you."
But I got you. Let's go. And
got the number one offense in the league coming into town. We got TJ Watt, baby. We got Cam Hayward. We got Minka. We got the boys. We got Deshaun, bro.
Pat
We got
Queen?
Pat Queen.
JPJ.
Rattle out these cats.
Hey,
JPJ.
JPJ, talk about the last time Lamar faced
Guess
us.
who's back? Corey Trice.
Corey Trice will be back.
Is
Obviously,
fully healthy and back.
he'll get back, and I think
Dante Jackson.
Dante Jackson will be
Jackson
back, and
is gonna be
that was
good.
another thing I was looking to bring up. Well, one, we can look at how Coach Tomlin was addressed whenever speaking to the Deontay Johnson news. Oh,
But there's some
absolutely
shade.
shots fired across the stream. I mean, he was saying, for those of y'all that didn't see, he was basically asked by a media reporter, what are your thoughts on Deontay Johnson obviously coming back, playing his former team? He's like, well, to be honest with you, there ain't a bunch of tape out there, so I'm going to keep my focus and my priority to the people that are actually involved in the playmakers. So he's obviously throwing shade. I didn't do it justice there, but I'm sure you guys have seen the clip by now. Obviously not worried about Deontay Johnson at all, but if he were to see the field, kind of alluded to this 2 episodes back, I'm excited to see the matchup between he and Dante Jackson.
Yeah.
Obviously, traded him out of town to Carolina to acquire Dante Jackson, and then obviously the falling out he had in Carolina brought him to Baltimore. Could be very well lined up against the guy that we wanted more than him. So obviously it's going to be fireworks, going to be a storyline.
Both guys
there.
got a lot to prove.
Oh yeah, only if DJ can see the field. Deontay
facts.
Johnson, that is. I mean, who knows? He's only been in. I think he's only played like a collective 8 snaps or something for the Ravens
One
through
catch,
2
I think.
games.
Yeah,
one catch, and he couldn't even get out of bounds. I don't know if you saw, but they were trying to tee up for a field goal, and they
That's the one
took
thing
him
I don't
down.
miss. DJ
Hit
go
the hole,
forward, bro.
run backwards. Yeah, no, all over the place. But that should be an electric matchup if we're able to see them go head to head. Between it, obviously, I'd love
Got a
to
little
see.
side bet talking about DJ. Pierce, you know the vibes.
Let them know. Let them know.
All right. For those who don't know, I told Pierce we're gonna do our score prediction right here. Loser. So whoever doesn't have whoever has the closer score prediction will win. The loser. I still got my Deontay Johnson jersey. We'll wear
He hasn't burned it yet? You haven't burned it yet?
I threw away and burned Kenny's. Goddamn.
Oh.
But I still got my DJ one in my closet. It's buried way back there. You gotta go through a crap ton of hangers. But whoever has a less close score prediction wears DJ's jersey. Next pod.
I guess
Come on.
someone will be wearing
Stick it.
Stonehand's jersey. Someone will have it on. But I guess
Score
without
prediction.
further ado, then we can get
Give
into
me that.
it. Obviously, I hope the past times we've kind of been right on track. So hopefully there's a little bit more of leverage here so we can maybe see one way or the other. I've thought long and hard about this one. Obviously, I want to think it's going to be a shootout, but we all know AFC North, Baltimore, Pittsburgh always results in a relatively lower scoring affair. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers pulling this one out 23-20.
I like it.
Let's see what you
I'm
got.
pulling out the weather because I want to see what kind of
Uh-oh.
the game is going to be. Sunday. Let's see. Oh, Sunday. 38-56 cloudy game. It's going to be perfect football weather. I love that 40-50 range.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a little chill, but you get
Maybe
hot when you
sprinkle
start.
some rain in there. if
Yeah,
it ever
yeah.
needs
Oh,
it.
just designed for it.
Oh, yeah.
24-23 Steelers.
Woo!
Walk-off field goal.
Wow.
Walk-off field
Bozzy
goal
gets it
by
done.
Boz. I'm going to say walk-off field goal by Boz. But one thing that I think it won't be a shootout. If I looked at the last 8 to 10 matchups, which
All
we've
been within one score game. We've
yeah,
won
which
5 out
we've
of
won,
6.
But not just the one score game. All of them have stayed below, I believe, like 24.
Oh, yeah.
So I wouldn't expect this one to really go past 23. But you never know. The way that we roll the clock, they're the highest rushing team, so they're probably going to roll a lot of clock. So I say 23-24, Boz, walk-off field goal. You heard it here first.
Wow.
You heard
Hey,
it here
it
first.
wouldn't hurt me. Obviously, Boz just hopped on the Big Ben Footballing with Ben
He did?
podcast. Yeah, it was a good one. He was able to just kind of go through the mindset of a kicker, XYZ, but he seems locked in. And,
Okay.
I mean, if you're looking at comparing kickers across the league, I'd say we got the better one, which I don't know if we've been able to preach or say that the past
Bro,
few
Tucker's
years.
like, what is he kicking from like above 50? It's like he's kicking his worst percentage
Oh, yeah.
above like
Hey,
40,
Father's
50
Time's
yards.
undefeated, Tucker.
Yeah.
Go enjoy time with your wife and your son. So, obviously, might be time to hang up the hat here soon. But Boz got a kid. He's got a new one coming in March. But obviously, he ain't there yet. He'll be able to enjoy Father Time after we catch the Super Bowl victory this year. So, very good score prediction. One sorry loser will have to wear Deontay Stonehand's jersey come the next game. We will be able to watch this one together, thankfully. Noon slate. Both of us are in town, so it'll be electric, keeping the energy. We'll try to get a few videos throughout the game, maybe reactions going on to current play-by-plays, but then also have just an electric immediate after video coming out, kind of similar to what Drake did on our Instagram last week against the Commanders. Hopefully we can be in good spirits for that. But we'll just have to wait and see. Noon on Sunday, we will have all of our questions begun to be answered. Anything else you want to hop in before we get out of here?
It's Ravens week, bro. You know the vibes. Ratbirds going down, Steelers going up. Let's turn up.
Let's go and solidify the AFC North. And before we get out of here, I just want to share one thing. My lovely wife, she asked what I wanted for my birthday, and I had an idea for her, but I kind of wanted to leave it to her own discretion, bring some creativity. As you can see, I'm a very collector of all things Steelers vintage and things of the sort from the 2000s all the way back to the 70s, 80s teams. But unfortunately, they just don't make as cool art or things as they did back in the day for these new players. But obviously, I think everyone else knows, James Harrison historically has been my favorite Steeler all time. Yes. But come the past 2 seasons, man, I've had a change of heart. I've been overthrown by a new GOAT, in my opinion. I think he's the best to ever wear the threads. Lovely wife, Laura, painted this one up for my birthday here soon.
Come on.
Take a look. TJ Watt, obviously, going to be one of the greatest Steelers of all time. By the time it's all said and done, she is going to go ahead and start making a few of these prints here available on Etsy for $20 a pop. She spent over 2 weeks on this one, but obviously you can see reminisces the heart of the city, the heart of a champion here. All we need to do is get this man a ring, and I will die a happy man. But definitely go and check this out. I will have the link to the Etsy listing in the description below. But just figured I'd show that off, show some love. And obviously, before I get it on the wall here displayed in the office, wanted to show the people first.
Shout out Laura.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Laura.
Much appreciated. But if you guys like that, like I said, link will be in the description. But anything, closing remarks before we head on out?
Shout out Laura, man.
Hey,
shout out Laura with that. Dang. Even the face, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The face is incredible.
Down. But damn. Obviously, the throne has shifted. I got James Harrison here. I got a few James Harrison Sports Illustrateds on the wall, but nothing compares to the way and the emotion TJ pulls from the game. He's the most timely player, I feel like, in Steelers history. Whenever we need to look for a guy, he's always the answer. So definitely thankful for that, for the birthday gift. It's going right up on the wall here as soon as we're done filming. But that's the preview we got for the Ravens game. Obviously, hopefully we can come in here vibes high on Sunday. But until next time, Steelers Nation, we will catch you in the next one with the recap of the game. And keep that chin up. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.